printemps, la douceur du temps.
Well, bonjour, mes amis, and welcome to Gourmet Cooking. We're going to travel to Japan tonight and do some wonderful, wonderful food from that wonderful country. We're going to do gyoza, and that's a steamed dumpling, a nice pasta type of filling with a filling in it, and it's going to be steamed, and they're sometimes called pot stickers. They're called gyoza, and a wonderful dipping sauce to go with that. Then we're going to take some chicken thighs and chicken breasts, and we're going to grill those in the style of teriyaki. We're going to do a teriyaki sauce, and we'll glaze the chicken on the grill. And then along with that, we're going to do a suonomono cucumber salad, which is very, very refreshing and just delightful. So we've got three things. There's lots of little things to do here tonight. For those of you that are interested, the recipes are on page 32 and 33 of Volume 3 of Gourmet Cooking. All right. Let's proceed with that. Let's start checking my grill here. I have the heat on. I don't want them to get too hot, so I'm going to turn those down until we can come back to them. Let's start with our cucumber. It's going to take a few minutes. I've already got most of it prepared, but let's take one nice cucumber, cut the ends off, and using a stripper, we'll take the skin off, leaving little strips of skin on, and it will give it a nice decorative color and very festive looking, and it's very easy to do. Or if you prefer, you can take all of the green skin off. It's still tasty, it just doesn't have quite the same appearance, but we like to have it look nice. All those skins can go down. Now we take the cucumber, cut it in half. Now, this recipe calls for 2 large or 3 cucumbers. We want to take a little spoon and take the seeds out of our 2 halves of the cucumber. And I, of course, have a wastebasket right under this little handy trap there. And we want to cut these in very thin slices. Very thin slices. Between a 32nd and an 1/8 of an inch. Goes rather quickly. We'll put these in a bowl and do the other one. Now, if you want to do this fast like this, simply bend your fingers, hold the vegetable, and rub the knife against your knuckle, and you can proceed rather quickly. Do it slowly at first until you get up a little practice and a little confidence too. But it's very easy. And it makes chores like chopping go much faster. All right, the first phase of this is to take our nice cucumber and we put a good bit of salt. We're going to let this set aside for 10 to 15 minutes. That salt is going to extract most of the excess water out of the cucumber and make it very nice, soft, and pliable. Washing the hands a little. We'll come back to that after it has drained a little while. All right, now we could go to our gyoza. The first thing we need to do is to mix a dipping sauce so that will be out of the way. That starts out with this is a dipping sauce that you'll eat with the gyoza. We have a 1/2 cup of soy sauce. We have, I have to test these things. Yes, that's the rice vinegar. And we have sesame oil. The rice vinegar was about 2 tablespoons, and the sesame oil was 1 teaspoon. We have just a little sugar, about a teaspoon of sugar, and we're going to need some grated ginger. Now we have this nice ginger root here. We simply grate about a good tablespoon. I already had some of that prepared, so we can then put that into our sauce, along with 2 cloves of garlic, one of which I've already chopped. And we'll chop this one. All right, we put the garlic now into our dipping sauce, and we let this marinate for a while, and that will be ready for us. So that one chore is out of the way. All right. So now let's go to the gyoza. I had a mixing bowl. Well, we'll have to use this one right now. We have here a pound of ground pork, which we want to put together. We want some mushrooms, and we have about a half cup of mushrooms. We add those to the mixture, and we have a half cup or so of nice Napa cabbage. I'm going to just quickly take 1 or 2 leaves off of this nice Napa cabbage. We fold those in half. We want the stems and the I'm not going to do the whole thing because it's taking time. And then we chop that. And we add that. We add that to our pork. And we have bamboo shoots, most of which I've chopped. I'm not going to chop these. You know how to chop as well as I. But we have now about a 1/4 cup of chopped bamboo shoots. We add to that just a touch of sugar. That's about a half teaspoon. We have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 1 teaspoon of the sesame oil. Now we mix this all up. The only way to do that is to get in and mix it. Now we have the mixing. Let's clean our board because I'm messing up here trying to rush. And we're going to have to make a gyoza. Now, gyoza are made by taking small gyoza skins, like wonton skins, and these are bought commercially, and you take about a teaspoon of this mixture, and we want to put it in the center of this. Now, I can wet the edge. We put it in the center, we fold it over, and then we pleat the edges. Now that's very time consuming and not half as neat as using a gadget for that purpose. We take a teaspoon of our mixture, place it into it's a little too much there, into this device, wetting the edge so that when it clamps together, squeezing tightly, the gyoza is formed. Now, we would do that with the rest of this, but that's going to take a long time. And as you can see, we already have many ready to go. So, now, let's go to our chicken, because we're going to have to do 2 things at one time here. We have chicken breasts, which we want to open up a little bit. You want to flatten them out simply by cutting through the thickest part. And then you have the thighs the same way. You cut through the thickest part and fold it back so that the chicken will have about the same thickness. Now, let's get the heat up on these 2. Now, we'll move our sake. It's been warming up. It's nice and hot, and will be ready for us very shortly. The first step in the chicken teriyaki is to grill the chicken parts for about 3 minutes on the grill, and then we'll come to the teriyaki sauce. So we can get that going. We'll turn those over in a minute. Save that. That will be our serving plate. Clear the board. We now need to take and make our teriyaki sauce. We have here a half cup of the soy sauce. We have a thing called mirin, or a sweet cooking rice wine. We have about a quarter cup of that. It is sweet and is very nice. We also have a half cup of sake and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Washing my spoon off. Let's stop a moment and go to this chicken. It's still, oh, it's sticking over here. I guess we needed the oil. Let's put a little more oil on this. All right. Now, we can turn these over. And remember, they're going back on the grill. The spatula works better. And we'll let those cook for a few moments on that side. We have our nice teriyaki sauce, which is going to be used to glaze the chicken. Now, let's see how our heat is on the, let's get it hot. We have our nice pot. We have a little layer of oil. We want to start our gyoza. So we lay them in the oil to brown the one bottom side. We want to put them in just like we had them on the tray here. Let's see if we can go faster. It's going to take a few minutes. That heat is coming up nicely. We need to get them all in. We may have too many for this skillet, but let's see. Not really. We can get most of them in. Although we have a few here that we'll have to hold aside and cook separately later. We're going to need this dish, so I'm going to remove the extra gyoza and put those aside. Now, let's go to our chicken. We want to take each piece of chicken now and dip it in the glazing sauce. And we'll put those back on the grill. All right, we can now put these back on the grill with a little bit of the glazing sauce, which should give it a nice color. And of course, we'll brush this again with the teriyaki sauce. And taking this last piece, whoops. Now, once we've done that, we're going to take a baking pan, invert that over, and let that steam a moment. Now that we've got the pot stickers, they should be browning on that bottom side. Our gyoza. Once you've given them a little brown crust on that side, you add some hot water just about halfway up and cover, turn your heat down to medium, and let those steam for a while. So now that we've gotten most of that done, let's clear our board. Made a little mess here with all the haste. Go back to our cucumbers. Now these cucumbers have been marinating for about 15 minutes, and you can see there's a lot of liquid in there that came out. But we're going to put those into a colander and drain those, as well as wash them. So draining those well, we want to squeeze them dry. So we're going to squeeze. We're going to get water on the board, but we'll pick it up. We'll squeeze some more and squeeze again. And in fact, using the towel, we'll squeeze them very nicely and get most of that water and wash all that salt off. Now we'll take some others that I've already done that far already and mix these with it. And to that, we're going to add another little sauce. It's not much. It's nothing more than a little bit of sugar. That's about a half teaspoon, and 4 teaspoons of rice vinegar. We're going to let that marinate for a moment. All right, let's check our gyoza. They're cooking nicely. We'll take this off and let that water evaporate. Let's stop and look at our chicken. It's doing just nicely, but let's put it back into the glazing sauce and put it back on the grill, but on the other side. All right. That sauce is grilling, it's thickening, it's forming a glaze on the grill and on the chicken. All right, and we'll cover that again and let that cook. In the meantime, go back to our cucumbers. We want to drain those again, and this time we'll just squeeze those as much as you can with your hands. Get all the excess out. And that is really basically the recipe. However, there are variations. You can add to this a thing called cellophane noodles. Now, this is the uncooked. You simply cook those for about 3 minutes in water, and you have very soft, thin cellophane noodles, or transparent noodles, they sometimes call them. We'll add a little bit of that. And another variation is to add a few cooked shrimp. So we're going to, let's see if our pot stickers are almost ready. We'll mix this up and put that into a plate, arranging that so that we have our nice shrimp and the cellophane noodles and the wonderful, wonderful cucumbers. So we have that. Now, let's go to our pot stickers. They're about ready. There's a little excess liquid in there. I'm going to pour that off. And I hope they aren't true to their name and become true pot stickers. Well, they are sticking a little bit, but we'll see. Let's take our nice serving plate, put that over, taking a couple of towels. Let's turn this over and hope. I'm going to peek. They're tending to stick, so they have, so now you know why they call them what they do. Let's see if I can't loosen them. They're coming loose, but by the hardest. So I'm going to have to just get in here and take them out with the spatula, turning them over. Looks like they stuck a little too much, but they are wonderful, and they're really very easy to do, even when you fail. But these usually come out just nicely, and we'll just put these aside and come back to those. They'll still be very flavorful. So we have now our pot stickers, which truly stuck to the pot this time. Normally, we wouldn't have that problem. All right, let's go to let's turn all our fires off because our meal is about ready. We need to go to our teriyaki chicken, and taking each piece, we once again dip in the sauce. Come on, out of there. And let's take this piece here. We're going to brush this with the sauce in a moment anyway. So let's take this now to this table, and taking each piece, we want to cut it down the middle and then cut it into parts. And using our spatula, put that back onto the dish. All right, we're going to have just about enough time to get this plate on the road. And of course, I will finish those, but you cut each piece into many parts. So we have our pot stickers and our chicken and our rice, our cucumber salad. So let me prepare an individual serving for you, though. The first thing we have, and this is toward you on your side, we're going to take a few of our pot stickers and place them on a very nice little plate. Nice little brown side. And also for that, we're going to need a little bit of the dipping sauce. To dip the gyoza. We're going to have our suomono. We want then to put some into a nice bowl with the cucumber, the cellophane noodles, the shrimp, making sure we have a few shrimp. All right. And, of course, we're going to have some rice. Which we will put into our rice bowl. And we have an individual serving. Now, we're going to bring all this into the dining room, and we'll discuss it some more. In the meantime, here are some of the recipes. Well, we've done our little Japanese meal. Let's enjoy it. We have wonderful things tonight. Of course, we had the pot stickers, which, true to their name, stuck to the pot. Frequently, though, they will turn out nicely, but, you know, the flavor is there, and we're going to eat some in a moment with that wonderful dipping sauce with all the soy sauce and the ginger and the garlic. It's just great. We have the teriyaki chicken, which has been cut into bite-sized pieces with some of the teriyaki sauce, and our suonamono. We also have some boiled rice with black sesame seeds on top. So that's our meal. We have it now served in a nice traditional Japanese style. Our suomono and our pot stickers, which we can pick up, dip in our dipping sauce, and eat. And of course, we have our rice in nice little rice bowls with the sesame seed. Of course, only the traditional Japanese drink would be appropriate, and that's going to be a little hot sake. And we're going to enjoy this meal. I hope you will join us and try it. I hope you will enjoy it. We are going to, and I'm going to say my usual greeting or departing comment will be in Japanese this time, mata doza.
La douceur du temps nous fait des avances. Partez mes enfants, vous avez 20 ans, partez en vacances. Vous verrez agir sur l'onde tranquille les barques de